Mighty Black Man 360 here to respond to a couple of comments I got on the wealth racial gap. I'm pretty sure some of y'all guys watched the news yesterday and probably saw it. So here's my response. One guy said it's more black people's attitude of why they're poor. Now, don't get me wrong, my brother. I totally agree. Niggas have a poverty-stricken attitude because all they know is poverty. Um, the question is where is this attitude developed from? Is this attitude psychologically induced and created or manufactured so it can be delivered to the next generation of black children? For instance, let's break down the economic structure. Let's break down every influence that black people have in order to make money and be prosperous in this nation. Now, according to your comment, you said you had two black supervisors. I'm pretty sure you probably do. I had black supervisors, but the point is, how much money did they make compared to their other white counterpart supervisors? The other question is, how many people that you see black, rich and famous, that's really honest to God truth, giving back to their communities, building houses, fixing infrastructure, putting an honest effort to improve our education system in our schools? I've seen Bill Gates do more for black people than the average rich black person. Um, let's take Oprah Winfrey. Hell, you rather put a school up in Africa and help all the little disadvantaged girls there when there's millions of disadvantaged girls right here from the same city you make your money at, Chicago, Illinois. And I ain't even from Chicago, but I know that. Um, don't get me wrong. This goes out to the person who made the comment. Don't get me wrong. This is not giving black people a crutch on why they're poor. They're poor because they lack knowledge. They're poor because they refuse knowledge. They're poor because they refuse to educate themselves further. But as an educated person, being in a society full of want to be educated people, when you say attitude, the racist attitude exists. You can't deny it does not, because it does. When I walk into a building, I get tried like I'm a hip hopper, like I'm ready to rap or something like that. But when I open my mouth, that's when I get the whoa, who are you? You know what I mean? That shouldn't be the case. I should be looked at like that when I walk in the door. Because if you're going by the court system, everybody's proven innocent until guilty, right? So I should be assumed to be intelligent until I show otherwise. But anyway, I didn't make those numbers up. Those numbers was on CNN and NBC last night, the night before last, and the night before that on the Rachel Maddow show. Frederica Whitfield spoke about it day before yesterday, that the white racial gap, $113,000 versus Hispanics and blacks, $5,000. Now, to these brothers who talk about black people's attitude and because we work under the table and all our money is not showed, that is true. Not all niggas who got money don't report up on the stock market. The reason why, because eventually they won't have it. That's why it doesn't show up. You can't count a drug dealer as rich. He can't spend his money with true buying power. He can't invest in true trade, stocks or anything. So his wealth is worthless. And this is the reason why they perpetuate to our children to sell dope. Because they know, you get enough money to buy you some shoes and clothes and a car, but you'll never have enough money to invest. And we won't allow you to do it even if you did. So my thing is, where's the support from our people? The comment said we need to stand up, take our own responsibility, which is true. Pool your resources, pool your pennies, pool your dollars, and the world is yours. The only reason why I put this video on here is because to show the world that statistics show a great gap in what's going on in our country. Now, if blacks are one of the first groups of immigrants here, why are we the last on the totem pole? And it's not because every black person wants to be the last on the totem pole. So the question is, why? Why are we the last on the totem pole? Why every other country that can come into this country, start a business, create a business, in my neighborhood, get rich off the people in my neighborhood, leave my neighborhood, and start a business on the main road somewhere and continue on putting his children through college. Seems to me every time a black person tries this, it's two things that happen. One, black folks are so trained to hate themselves to where they won't patronize each other's businesses. Two, they zone and put so many laws and fines and citations upon you to where you can't even make enough capital to get off the ground to make your business run. When you watch these Arabs, they come in here, they get grandfathered in, all the codes are grandfathered in, they don't have to pay for this, pay for that, they just start a business in your neighborhood selling peanuts and cigarettes. And they get rich. So, yeah, you watch television, you're going to see the one black guy on Real World with all 5 other white guys, maybe one Chinese guy, one Asian dude. But if you look at the whole world hates us. They look at us like we the worst people that ever came on the planet, not knowing that all of y'all came from us. Yeah, you love us when we singing for you, when we dancing for you. That's when you get really paid. If you sing, dance, run, jump, skip for these white folks, you get paid. But if you stand up for yourself and say, hey, I made money, I want to disperse my money in the way that I want to disperse it. I want to help my people. I want to go down to Florida. I want to build houses for all those who don't have houses. They won't let you do it. If you want to create your neighborhood to have just as high a property value as the neighborhood over in Ponte Vedra, they wouldn't let you do it. You can go to Northside Jacksonville right now. The city cuts budgets to where they don't even clean up your side of town. But you go to their side of town, they cut the grass, they pick up the trash, they do all that. So they tell you, hey, go buy a house. You go buy a house in your neighborhood where you feel comfortable with your people, but guess what? Your neighborhood's property value ain't shit. So therefore, you ain't making no money. This is why the wealth gap is so big. You're not allowed to live in a white neighborhood, so you try to, I ain't say you're not allowed. They make it very tough for you to live in a white neighborhood where the property value will have equity and you will gain some kind of money. So they force you into these black neighborhoods. But let me show you how the chickens are coming home to roost. Have you noticed you're starting to see a lot of white folks moving into the black neighborhood now? Remember back in the days when the black man moved to the white neighborhood, all the white folks move out. Now it's getting vice versa. White people moving in our neighborhood and all the niggas is moving out. So, you know, they love to say, oh, it's because of crime and drugs. But sometimes, you know, just like a Mexican's neighborhood or Italian's neighborhood or the Chinatown neighborhood, it's always different shit going on in these people's neighborhoods. Different cultural type shit. So why blacks are not allowed to have their own culture? If we want to bump hip hop in the hood, if we want to have a block party in the hood, the only people who are complaining are those who are not participating. And I'm not talking about, see, people love to say being ghetto. See, the problem with niggas is niggas hate themselves. That's why you perm your hair. That's why you cut your hair. That's why you bleach your skin. That's why you try to do everything your best to alter yourself so that you can fit in. But a man from Tibet can walk in here with a chiffon orange robe on, complete bald head with a dot in the center of his damn forehead, and walk with his chest out proudly, and no one says nothing to him. No one says, hey man, you got to take that robe off if you want to work here. Hey man, you got to do this if you want to work here. But as soon as a black person says, hey, this is my culture, these are my beliefs, all of a sudden you're being called racist, a radical, a militant, supremacist. Let me give y'all 2 things that my father told me a long time ago. First of all, I can't be anti anything. Why? Because I'm the original everything. I can't be anti-Semitic. Why? Because I'm the original Semite. I can't be anti-white because I'm the original white man. You niggas came from me. So it's not that I hate you people. It's not that I don't like you people. It's that I don't like your attitudes. I don't like your ignorant way of thinking as far as selfishly thinking that y'all are the dominant or greater species. Not knowing everything you know comes from me. You're just a reflection from me. We are the one and y'all are the 2, whether y'all know it or not. Because 2 is only a reflection of 1. were here first, which makes us the one. Y'all reflect what we've taught y'all, which makes y'all two. Now y'all going on to three, which is a reflection of what y'all teaching motherfuckers. And that's why we in the third dimension, dealing with this third earth, Lord of the Rings type bullshit. Because when it all returns back to 9, it'll be complete, and we be back to where we was again. Perfect peace, perfect harmony. But anyway, just want to touch base with, a couple of comments I got. They weren't negative comments. I appreciate all non-biased, factual-based, debate type comments. You know what I'm saying? Because this is bigger than just physical money. This is a psychological change that's taking place. The question is, what's going to happen when there is no money? What will be of value when there's no money? What's going to be important when there's no money? If they're telling you that the economy is going to crash and there's no money, what's going to be important? If the government can't pay their bills, how are they going to force me to pay mine? And I'm going to leave it at that. Let the kingdom of Yahweh be at hand. Death to all devils. Shalom Aleichem.